guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alice and today I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I got a new camera to film on. So yeah, this is hopefully a lot better quality than my previous videos. Anyway, I wanted to do a slightly different video to ones I've posted before because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and mainly when I'm getting ready for the day. So one of the people that I like to watch while I'm getting ready is Michaela Talks. She used to be called Miss Budget Beauty here on YouTube, and she does these videos a bit like this where she's sat down and she's getting ready and she's doing her makeup and she's just chatting, and I really like to have that on in the background while I'm getting ready. So rather than watching a video while I'm getting ready, I thought that I would make a video while I'm getting ready and just chat about things. And basically this is kind of like a first video test with my new camera, so we'll see how it goes. I will go through what I'm using, maybe why I'm using it, but yeah, let's get into it. This might be a little bit strange to some people, maybe not to others, but I am actually sat on the floor to do my makeup. I feel like it's just a thing that I've always done. Like, I've got a dressing table. My dressing table is right here with all of my stuff that I use, all of my makeup that I use on top. But I prefer to sit here, mainly because I live in the loft room at my parents' house and there's not very much natural light. So I've got a window over this way, letting in natural light, and then that's basically the only window until all the way over in this direction. So I've got my little ring lights here, and yeah, I just find that this is the best place for me to sit and do my makeup. Do you guys sit at a dressing table to do your makeup? Because that's really weird. But yeah, I think if I had more natural light I would sit at my table, but I find it easier to, so I've got a little mirror. Ooh. I've got a mirror here and I have it on the chair to my dressing table, and then I just reach and grab things from up there that I'm going to use. So let's get started. I am using some products that I am trying to use up. I do like them and that's why I want to use them up, because I like using them. So I'm going to go in with the Benefit Professional primer. I think this is a small one. I've had it for quite a while and there's only a tiny bit left, so I'm trying to use that up. And then I've also got my Misha BB cream that I love. I have the shade number 23 here. I also have the shade 21 open, and I think I've got backups of both shades, so I'm going to just be using that. This is such a good pore blurring primer. So I wanted to talk about obviously why I'm so excited I got a camera. This camera, if anyone wanted to know, it is the Sony, what's it called? Sony ZV-1, and it's a vlogging camera. Obviously it's a brilliant camera just in general, but that's why I'm excited about it, because about literally like nearly 2 years ago, actually is it over 2 years ago? Basically, a long time ago, I was referred to dermatology by my GP. I have had acne since I was about 12 or 13, and that's one of the reasons why I've become so obsessed over the years with makeup and skincare, because mainly it was because obviously I wanted to treat my acne with the skincare, and then I wanted to cover up the acne with the makeup. So I've always been obsessed with different types of concealers and foundations and things like that. Obviously now I'm older, I'm actually even using like a BB cream. It's not very full coverage or anything. I'm more accepting of my acne and I don't care if people can see it now. But the thing is, it does knock my confidence sometimes, but also it's really painful at other times. So I just want it gone, to be honest. Like, to spend over half your life with acne, it takes a toll. Like, it really does. So I was referred, literally, like I said, like probably about 2 years ago, and I went to see the dermatologist. They tried different topical treatments to put on my acne. They didn't work, they just dried out like my healthy skin. Like it obviously dried out my acne as well, but the irritation and stuff that I got from putting it on skin that didn't have acne on it, especially because my acne is kind of like around my jawline and my neck, and obviously the skin on your neck is very thin and slightly more sensitive, so it would dry it out, it would make it really itchy, it was very sore. So yeah, tried things like that. I was also put on spironolactone tablets, which apparently are supposed to be really good for treating things like hormonal acne. They are a diuretic, so I found I was really thirsty while I was on those tablets. Just as one of the side effects, I had to drink so much water and just get more fluid into me while I was on those. But they didn't do anything, and if anything, they actually made, because I've got acne on my back and my shoulders, they made the acne on my shoulders so much worse. Like, there wasn't an improvement, it got worse. So finally I have been told that I will be being put on Roaccutane. Now, I've looked into Roaccutane like a lot, like for years, because my uncle went on it. I knew that it was something that I would want to consider and try, just because I feel like it's something that might potentially actually make a difference. So I thought that, back to the point that I was actually trying to make, I thought that, let me just grab a concealer. We're going to use the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. This is a little bit bright, but it's getting old, so I wanted to get more use out of it. But basically, the vlogging camera, I thought, would be really helpful and handy to have to document my journey on Roaccutane when it finally happens. So I did actually have an appointment where I was going to be starting it, and I went to see the dermatology nurse and everything, but because of the side effects of Roaccutane affecting your mental health, you need to have a mental health assessment by your GP before you can be put on the oral Roaccutane tablets. But when I went for my appointment, my GP hadn't actually contacted me back to book the mental health assessment. So I went there, and obviously I knew it was going to happen, and she was like, we can't do it, like we can't prescribe you this medication until you've had this mental health assessment thing done. So that was a wasted journey, but I knew it was coming, so that's fine. And yeah, so that happened. So now I've had the mental health assessment done by my GP. My appointment with the dermatology nurse has been rescheduled to this Monday. So when I'm filming this, it's Thursday, so I've literally got 3 days, and then I get to go to see the dermatology nurse. I don't think I've ever been so excited for a nurse appointment. It's really strange. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. Obviously I can't take the camera into the hospital and be like vlogging my appointments, like that's not what I mean. But like just documenting more clearly like the journey that I'm gonna go on, like the journey of my skin. Like this camera, like I feel like it can pick up, I'm just looking at the viewfinder so I know what what you can see. This camera is so good, it can pick up on like the texture and everything of my skin. I can kind of do like check-ins of like how my skin's reacting, like on week 1 or like a month into it. Like I don't know, I'm just getting really excited about it. Obviously because of like the treatment and finally not having acne, I'm excited about it because there's quite a few people that I watch on YouTube, and I found them, who particularly sticks out in my head is Taylor Wynn. Her channel wasn't called Taylor Wynn when I found her, but I found her because she went on this Roaccutane journey and she filmed it all, she documented it all. Another thing I really liked when I found her channel, because of the Roaccutane journey that she went on, I realised that she did like Foundation Fridays or something like that, and it was just like reviewing loads of different foundations and how they worked on her oily acne prone skin. And then obviously since being on Roaccutane, her skin's changed, like it's drier, it's clearer. Yeah, like because foundation was like a big thing that like I always went out with foundation. Like if I didn't have anything on my face, I had foundation on my face because I wanted to cover up my acne and my acne scarring and stuff. So obviously finding her because of the Roaccutane journey was like a double whammy, because then also I realised she did foundation reviews and I could like gauge which foundations would be better for my skin in terms of like coverage and things like that. So I'm excited to do stuff like that. To be honest, this sounds really rude, not even if people are interested, because I'd like to document it for myself, because I know that I'm not very good at like taking pictures like before and after using a product, like a skincare product, to see if it's working or like making a difference to my skin. So if I have in my head like I'm gonna do like at the beginning like a couple of weekly check-ins, and then after a couple of months it'll be like a monthly check-in to see how my skin's improving, then I think, I don't know, it would just help me out a lot to do something like that. I just used this Made by Mitchell blush bronzer in the shade Shady Business. I actually got this in a TikTok shop mystery Made by Mitchell mystery bag, and I've been wanting this shade because I have got so the one I bought before was Hollow There, focus. I had Hollow There, and it is just a bit light. I might put a bit on because it's kind of more greyish. It's a bit like a contour shade. I do really like these though. I think I might use one of the actual blush shades as well. But yeah, it's a bit light for me. And then I was gonna buy this one, this Shady Business one, and then when it came in my mystery bag I was like, score! I was just really excited about it. And yeah, I think that that's a really nice colour for my skin tone. But these are wicked, I love them. Alright, so this is really fun. So I actually purchased 2 mystery bags from Made by Mitchell on TikTok shop, and I really wanted this colour just because it's a bit unusual. So this is Prima Donna, and if you can see, it's like a lilac colour, which sounds really strange for a blush, but I had like a phase where I was really into, to be honest, I still really love Korean and Japanese makeup. But there was a time where there was brands that I was seeing from Korea and Japan that had like a purple or like lilac toned blush available, and I really wanted to try one. But look, it's a bit washed out actually on the camera, but it doesn't look purple or anything. I think it's quite fun. It's very subtle. It's a bit like the Cold Girl, I think it goes with the whole Cold Girl makeup thing that everybody's doing quite well. Like a purpley shade blush. But yeah, it's just not really coming out on the camera. Or is it? I don't really know. Maybe we could add like a pinky shade. So this is another one, but this is Peach Sugar. Maybe we just add a bit of that on top of the purple. It's more like a peachy colour, just to be a bit more blushy. They've gone a bit too... yeah, maybe I'm a bit washed out. Maybe I need to turn the light down. Is that a bit better? Can we see the blush? This is just really fun. We're getting ready together, I'm doing my makeup. I know that this is a big thing on TikTok as well. This puff, the Trigwell puffs. But it really is good. Like, I don't think I really realised. Maybe it's just because of the way this one is made, or like what it's made out of. But it's just, one, it's really easy to like just get big areas of your face powdered down. So I'm just using the Stay Matte by Rimmel powder. So I like to use the puff in like under my eyes, smile lines, maybe a bit in the middle of my forehead, and then I'll just take a fluffy brush and then do it over the other areas just to set the rest of the makeup in place. This is probably quite a bit of makeup, to be honest, like cream products and then powder products. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in Forever Sun-Kissed. Yeah, it's probably quite a lot of makeup to do. Cream products and then powder products, but when it's makeup playtime, it's makeup playtime. We go in. I sound really nasally because I'm actually just getting over a cold, and the cold came straight after I had tonsillitis, which was really fun. I had tonsillitis and conjunctivitis at the same time. That's a sign that your body is not coping very well. The conjunctivitis was horrible. My mum also got it even worse than me. Like her eyes were, I don't even want to think about it, they were just not very nice. But yeah, I realise I sound a bit nasally because of that. I'm just going to pop on some eye primer I have got. This is quite a new one to me actually. I normally use the Urban Decay Primer Potion just because I've got quite oily eyelids, but this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer, and I find it works quite well. Yes, I'm just using this primer. It's quite a good one. I've used it probably a handful of times now. I don't know whether it's as good as Primer Potion, because that's like, I don't know, that's like an OG, like, I've loved it for so long because it worked so well. And then I thought, oh, I'll just try another primer that's a bit more affordable and see how it goes. But yeah, so far so good with the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. So we're gonna do my eyebrows. So before I got this camera, I know I keep talking about the camera, but obviously this is my first test run video using this camera. Obviously there's like settings and stuff that I'm gonna have to fiddle around with. I already did fiddle around with them, but obviously there might be other things that I would like to change once I go to edit this video. So yeah, this is like the testing phase. But yeah, so before I got this camera, I was filming on my phone. It's a very good phone. It's a Pixel 6 Pro, I think it is. And I love my phone. I have had Pixel phones, Google Pixel phones, since they came out. So I had the first one, and since then I've always had a Pixel phone. So I think this is maybe like, is this like my 4th or 5th Google Pixel phone? I've never had an iPhone. Before Pixel phones I had Samsungs. The issue that I had when using my phone to film was phones are not made for long video recording. Like, they're just not. They're like a portable like thing that you can like take snippets of your life, aren't they? Like photo here, photo there, films. Like, you've gone to your auntie's house for your cousin's birthday, they're singing happy birthday, you record the happy birthday. Like, they're not for filming long form videos like for YouTube. Obviously you can make do, I make do beforehand, but my issue was because my phone isn't made for that, it would overheat. So what I would have to do is I would have to keep stop and starting filming just so it didn't overheat. Sometimes it would overheat and it would stop recording and I wouldn't know, so I've like been rambling on for another like 5 minutes and then realised none of it was recorded, which was really frustrating. Another issue I had is my laptop, even though I've never had an iPhone, I have a Apple MacBook Pro, so sending my videos that I've recorded on my Android phone over to an Apple laptop was so frustrating. It would take forever. Once I finally figured out how I'm supposed to do it, like downloading like some Android app and doing it that way, it would take forever, and that put me off filming just because I knew, well, it put me off filming just in general because my phone was being really temperamental. But then I knew that once I'd filmed, I had to wait forever for all of these little mini clips of video to load up onto my laptop, so then I could get the whole editing process going. Just quickly, I used this Essence Super Last 24 Hour brow pencil. I don't really like it. I'm just trying to use it up. There's only a tiny bit left. There's only a tiny bit left. It's a really light colour. It's just a brow pencil. It was not expensive, and yeah, I'm just using it up. And then I've got the Gimme Brow by Benefit in shade 2, which I just, let's see if it focuses. Oh, look at that. Love you, camera. I probably wouldn't repurchase this, to be honest, just because I quite like the e.l.f. tinted brow gel, which is more affordable. But I've got this, I'm going to use it. So that's brows done. So yeah, just these things, like my phone overheating, having to record little snippets of videos rather than an entire video, and then trying my hardest to get it from my phone onto my laptop just so that I could edit it to upload it. It was all so frustrating, and I wanted this to be like a simpler process. And I'm hoping that's what we're going to find out, whether this is simpler and less time consuming. I feel like I'm really pale. Like in real life I don't look that pale, but on the camera I do. Maybe we should put a bit more bronzer on, and then a bit of a powder blush. Layers. I think I'm going to use this blush just because I've been using it quite a bit lately. You don't need very much. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Chris Collection blush and, what is it, powder blush and highlight cheek duo. So the highlighter, which I haven't actually used because it's really gold, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and the blush is Money Doesn't Grow on Trees. The blush is really beautiful. The highlighter, which I haven't used, looks a bit mashed up, because I actually got this from my friend. Funny story, I sell and buy things on Vinted quite often, and I was buying the Made by Mitchell eyeshadow palettes, and then the girl I was buying it off of from Vinted messaged me, and she was like, do you live in this area, like the area that I live in? And I was like, yeah, why? And she was like, well, I dropped off your parcel with your eyeshadow palettes to a shop. It's an off license, and it's actually called The Offie. And she was like, but it says that the collection point is The Offie. So from that we realised that we lived in the same area, and that it probably would have been so much easier if we just met up in person and exchanged money and the eyeshadow palettes like that. Obviously that didn't happen, and then I had to wait for like the parcel to be sent off and then processed, and for it to arrive back at the shop that she dropped it off at. Anyway, because we were talking, we started talking about, like, I was asking her like why was she selling the eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that, and it turns out that she, like me, has a beauty Instagram page where she takes product photography. Sometimes she reviews products and makes reels on them and things like that. Obviously she has way more followers on Instagram than my little baby Instagram account does. Shameless plug, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, I will leave the link below. So we kind of like connected over like our love of like skincare and makeup and stuff. Since then we've actually met up I think about 3 times, just to go like TK Maxx shopping and go out for lunch and things like that, and it's really nice. Like, someone that I've met randomly through Vinted, of all of all apps. And yeah, like, she's just really lovely. So she actually gets PR sent to her from Kylie Cosmetics, and she got sent this Chris collection by Kylie Cosmetics, and then she got, because she got this and the highlighter was smashed, they sent her a new one. So she tried to repress the highlighter for me and then gifted it to me, because obviously she got a brand new one. Along with the highlight and blush duo, they actually sent her another one of the eyeshadow palette, which is so cute. So because then she ended up with 2, she actually gave me this one. It was really cute. I've still got the box, so when it's in the box it actually looks like a whole martini glass. And then when you open it, I used it for the first time yesterday and it's so pretty. When you open it, the little pans are olives. They're so adorable. So I used these 2 like actual olive shades, and then this like more kind of like transition shade. So I think the olive, so this one is Dirty Martini, the shimmery one that I use, and then the matte one is called 2 Olives, and then this one down here is called One Word Vodka. Love that. Because I used it yesterday, I wanted to use it again, but I think I'm gonna do like maybe use more of the pinkier shades, because I've already tried the olivey green shades and I really like them. Yeah, let's go a bit pinky. I'm just gonna play. I am just gonna play. There is quite a lot of kick up from these eyeshadows. I don't particularly mind that, because I feel like when there's a bit of kick up, you know that it's quite a pigmented shade, and I don't want it to be like hard pressed into the pan and like unable to get any pigment out of it, so I don't really mind kick up. When I have an eyeshadow palette, like I've got a lot of eyeshadow palettes, when I start using one, especially one that I haven't used before, I feel like I have to use it for like at least a week. Like, I don't wear makeup every single day obviously, but when I do try out an eyeshadow palette, because I don't want to just try like 1 or 2 of the shades, I feel like I need to use it for like a week so that I kind of get a feel for like each of the shades and I get to like try them out. Obviously this isn't a tutorial on how to use this palette or anything, it's literally just a palette that I wanted to use today, so I'm going to. So last week I was actually I bought myself the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. Oh my god, it's literally gorgeous, like I can't even explain. Every day that I did my makeup I ran down to my sister and I was like, look at my eyes. I was like, look, so sparkly, so pretty. She's like, yeah, cool, nice. Like, not bothered at all. So I just went with Can You Hold in my crease, and then I buffed it out with, I buffed it out with Proud Mama. I think I'm going to use Cargena, the kind of shimmer shade that kind of corresponds with that Can You Hold colour. And yesterday I used my finger for the Dirty Martini shade, so we'll do that again. This one doesn't seem as sparkly. I think I'm going to leave my eyes like this. It's pretty. I really like this. I've actually hit pan on the highlight, guys. It's been a while that I hit pan on it, but I'm now determined. Now I've rediscovered. This is the Ofra Cosmetics mini highlighter in Rodeo Drive. Obviously it's only a mini highlighter, it's not like a full size. Don't want you to get too excited about hitting pan on a highlighter. It's only a mini. But I really like to just buff it under my eyebrow. I know that's like old school thing to do, isn't it? Putting highlight under your eyebrow, like on your brow bone. But I still really like it. Especially this colour, like with the colours that I use on my eyes, this goes really well. And then also in a corner highlight. Oh, I know a highlighter that I do really like on my cheeks. It is the Revolution Pro Skin Finish in Opulence. Now this doesn't look like much, looks very old and crusty because I've used it quite a lot, but it's kind of like a finishing powder. It's not overly shiny, it's really natural, and you can literally... I feel like when I put this on my skin looks like normal again. Like, you know when you can get like really powdery looking from like putting powder on your face and like loads of products, and then I feel like this just makes my skin look like normal skin. Like even before I put a setting spray on, which I'm going to do now. I actually got this from Home Bargains. It is the Real Techniques Blur and Mattify Satin Finish Blend Extender with Niacinamide. I've never seen this before I saw it in Home Bargains, and then I was like, oh, Real Techniques. So I decided to pick it up, and I actually really like it, although it's just tiny, so I've actually used nearly half. That's probably why I've used nearly half, because I spray so much. But yeah, it's actually really good. So I'm going to go for mascara. I love these. I never used to curl my lashes, and now I've got these Refa. They look a bit gross. Don't judge me. They're a bit crusty around here. The Refa eyelash curlers, amazing. I've not once pinched my eye, pulled at my lashes, hurt myself in any way using these, and I used to... That's why I never used an eyelash curler before, because it always hurt me or pulled at my lashes or something. But these are amazing, and I love them. Handcrafted in Japan, don't you know? Like I said at the beginning, I watch a lot of YouTube. I very rarely watch regular TV, like terrestrial TV or on Sky. It's a very rare occasion that I watch something current, like that's on TV. I watch Netflix. I've got Amazon Prime, so I watch a couple of things on them. Mainly the stuff that I watch on those are like serial killer documentaries or like murder case documentaries, just because I'm a bit obsessed. Like all the podcasts that I listen to are true crime podcasts, and I love them. Like, it's just so interesting, like hearing about cases, like how they figured it out or what the person did. Like, that's fascinating. Like, murderers just in general, this sounds like a weird sentence, murderers are so fascinating. Wrong, very wrong, but I'm just, yeah, they fascinate me, and I just love like the people, especially on the podcasts, and like in the people in the documentaries, you know, they're like psychologists, and they're like, this happened to the murderer in their childhood, and this could contribute to the fact of like why they did it, or things like that. Like, that's, it's the psychology part. So murderers are fascinating, but for the psychology aspect of it. I always loved psychology. Of course I went to school. When I was at school, I actually did psychology for A-level, and it was interesting, but I think because there's like a curriculum, like when you're learning psychology at a low level, like A-level, there's only like a certain amount of cases and studies and stuff that you go into. So I think I found like that part of it boring, but like just learning in general about cases that I'm interested in, or obviously I'm interested in like what I've just been talking about, like the psychology of serial killers, like why they did it, what can lead to it, and things like, you know, you hear like they killed cats in their neighbourhood as a child and things like that, tortured animals first, like it makes me want to punch them, and makes me a bit angry because I'm an animal lover. But like, it's like knowing the warning signs, you know, like if your neighbour next door is like going round, I don't know, shooting BB guns at cats, they're probably going to be a murderer. I just used the telescopic mascara. Another one that is really good, but I know I need to use it up because obviously the annoyance of you should only keep a mascara for 3 months and then you should throw it away. But it's still working, so I'm going to keep using it. I don't want very much on my lips, so I'm going to use this NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Sex Machine. I think I need to sharpen it. Oh, we'll try without. This is my finished makeup look. I am done. I need to go food shopping. I need to put my washing away. I need to post some things to Vinted. I need to send an Amazon return. And this is what I'm going to look like while I do all of those. I know this video was really random. I was just chatting and getting ready because, like I say, this was my testing my new camera video. Thank you for watching, guys. If you've got any video ideas that you would like to see from me, if you think that the idea of keeping a kind of vlog diary-esque situation of my Roaccutane journey when it finally kicks off on Monday is a good idea, then let me know. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!